It's something that every immigrant who has been navigating this journey for a bit has experienced, right? At one point or the other, we go through what I call the waiting season, and it's like you are waiting for your papers to come through. You have this dreams of okay settling in this new country, but you have to go through this process to get your authorization to work, get your green card, get all of those things sorted. And during that time where you are navigating this journey, it's almost like, what am I doing? What should I be doing? And it drives most people crazy. So if that is you, you are not alone. It's happened to everybody. It's happened to me. I remember going through this process as well when I first got to the US. You know, when you first arrive, you're not necessarily thinking about, you're just excited to be here, right? I came student visa, and so I'm excited about going to school, starting my school and my program. And then you go through that first year, you realize I have just the year, and then now I have to figure things out. And so that's where the stress, kicks in. That's where you know, get into the season where you need to figure out what's next. What happens when I'm done here, right? How do I make sure that this is, the expectations that everybody has and I have myself are met? And it starts with I need to get the right status. I need to evolve my status now. I need to make sure I'm able to work. And so you start thinking about things like sponsorship, and you start not trying to figure out, okay, how do I get this process going? Do I get a lawyer? Do I apply myself? What should I do, during this process? And then I remember, even when I started the process, it was okay. What do you do, right? And I've met a lot of people within the community who it's almost like, what do I do now that I put in my paperwork and I'm waiting? I've filed for, whatever process you go about it, whether you're doing asylum or your family, through the family route, or, EB2, EB1, interest waivers, whatever it is, right? You are in that process where there's a season where you just are in limbo. You don't know whether you are in or you're out. It's like you're standing on one foot, going through this process, and it's stressful, right? Not knowing how long it would take is a challenge. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of anxiety. You're in limbo. Of sorts, and again, that is a very, I will not downplay it. It is a difficult season. If you are in this phase right now in your journey, I want you to know I feel you. I definitely understand what you're going through because I felt every of those emotions, from anxiety to uncertainty to what am I doing? What happened? Like I can remember vividly just going through them, paying attention to every piece of immigration news, every legislation. Um, I feel like apart from this phase of my life where I'm getting back into intentional advocacy, and I'm paying attention more to policy and the laws of the land and all of those things. Right now, I feel like this that was the only other time I was this involved or this immersed in in the in the politics and policy conversation, because I really wanted to be I wanted to know what was going to happen and what laws were being passed and the implementation of those laws, around immigration specifically. So I definitely can relate to this phase for anybody who is